This video is on lower quartiles, upper quartiles, and interquartile range. Just a heads up, this is not hard, but it does take a few steps. So I'm going to go over what those steps are to find these. First thing you need to do is you need to put the numbers in order. So kind of like what we did when we found the median, you need to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Then what you're going to do is you're going to find the median or the middle number of the lower half of the data, which is going to be called the lower quartile. And then you're going to find the median of the upper half of the data, which is going to be called the upper quartile. And the reason these are called quartiles is because you're basically dividing the data into 4 different parts. So quarters, quartiles divided into 4. And then last, you will also be finding the interquartile range, which is sometimes referred to as IQR, and that is just the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So I'm going to do a few examples with you. There's a couple different cases in here of what should I do if this happens, what should I do if that happens. So I have, I think, 6 or 7 examples, and they will go over all different scenarios. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to take my data set and put it in order from least to greatest. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I have 2, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So again, I just put them in order. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to split the data into 2 parts. So I need to find, I'm going to look for the middle number, which the middle number here is going to be the 5. It's the middle number because there's 3 numbers on this side and 3 numbers on this side. So what I did is I split the data into a lower half and a upper half. Now, I'm going to put a box around the lower half here. I'm going to put a box around the upper half. So when I am finding the lower quartile, which I'm going to abbreviate LQ, I am finding the median of the lower half of the data. So the middle number here is going to be 4. So the lower quartile is going to be 4. The upper quartile, I'm looking for the middle number here. That's going to be 7. So the upper quartile is 7. And I want you guys to notice here, the middle number, I did not use that. Okay, so you do not use this middle number here. So I have my upper quartile and my lower quartile. To find the interquartile, I'm simply taking the upper minus the lower. So 7 minus 4, and that's going to give me 3. Okay, do another example here. So first thing, I need to put these numbers in order from least to greatest. So I have 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, 9, 9. Okay, so I have my numbers in order from least to greatest. I'm going to find the middle number or the median of this, which is going to be 5. So my data split into 2 parts, a lower and an upper. I'm going to put a box around the lower, and I'm going to put a box around the upper. So I'm going to find the median of the lower, which is going to be 3. So that's going to be my lower quartile. And the median of my upper is going to be 9 because it's the middle number. So again, I have my lower quartile, my upper quartile. I have 9 and 3. To find the interquartile, I'm simply going to take the upper minus the lower. So 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay. And take a look at this one. First thing, put my numbers in order from least to greatest. So I have 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Make sure I have them all. I'm going to split these into 2 parts. So first, to do that, I'm going to find the middle number, which is 3. So I'm going to use these 2 numbers here and these 2 numbers there. Okay. So for the lower half, I need to find the lower quartile or the middle number, So there's technically not a middle number. So if you go back to what we were doing a couple days ago, you have to find the average of these, or the mean of these. So 1 plus 2 is going to give us 3, and 3 divided by 2, because there's 2 numbers there, is going to be 1.5. So lower quartile is going to be 1.5. And then the upper quartile here, I need to find the middle number between 5 and 6. So you could add these and divide by 2. What I'm going to do is you could also say, okay, well, what number is between 5 and 6? And that would be 5.5. So the upper quartile is 5.5. So to find the interquartile range, we're going to take the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So 5.5. 5.5 minus 1.5 is going to give me 4. So 4 is my interquartile range. Okay. Another example here. First thing, I'm going to put my numbers in order from least to greatest. So I have 3, 3, 5, 7, 7, and 9. Okay. I'm going to find the middle number here. So looking at these, my middle number is going to be right here. Okay, so to find the middle number, I need to add, or the median, 5 plus 7, and that gives me 12. And then I need to divide that by 2, so that's going to give me 6. Okay, now, because 6 isn't actual data point in the data set, I'm going to use both sides here. Okay, so I'm going to find the median of the lower half, which is going to be 3. So my lower quartile is going to be 3, and my upper quartile is going to be 7. To find the interquartile range, I'm going to take upper quartile minus lower quartile, so 7 minus 3, and that's going to give me 4. Okay, next example. First thing, I'm going to put my numbers in order from least to greatest. So I have 4,